7 signs that you're a fake Christian. Number 1, you see no evident change in your heart. The first sign that you're not a child of God is that your heart hasn't changed at all since the day you gave your life to God. If you love sin and hate the things of God, check yourself. Because in 1 John 2:15, it says, if anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. And the world represents the philosophy, the world system, the culture that is in rebellion to God. To love what God hates is to be opposed to God. So if your heart doesn't love the things of God and hate the things that His heart is against, you might not have the new heart that every believer is given. Sign number 2 that you're a fake Christian is that you see no growing love for God or people. If you see zero love for God or people, there's a problem. 1 John 4:7-8, it says, anyone who doesn't love does not know God, because God is love. If you don't care for people or have any compassion or any sense of care for anyone, you truly might not know God, because real love would take root in your heart, since you know the one who is love. Sign number 3 that you're a fake Christian is that you don't feel bad about sin. If someone is convinced that sin is bad and they don't feel any sense of remorse, or they're not convinced that sin is bad and they feel zero sense of holy reverential guilt as a result of their sin, this indicates the Spirit of God is not really in a person. The Spirit of God doesn't condemn or punish or shame, but He does make us aware that our sin isn't good. It's not healthy, and there will be a holy sense of guilt that leads us to confess and restore fellowship with God through our repentance. John 16:8 says, when the Spirit comes, He'll convict the world of sin. Sign number 4 that you're a fake Christian is that you live your life in the darkness. 1 John 3:6-10 says, no one born of God makes a practice of sinning. He can't keep on sinning because he's been born of God. And this passage makes it clear that no Christian can continue living in sin, because the Spirit of God won't let them. This doesn't mean they won't stumble into sin at times and fail. We will. This doesn't mean we don't have seasons where we're stumbling a lot and temptation is increased. But we won't stay in the place of darkness. God will pull us out. We'll come out in repentance and come back to God. Sign number 5 that you're a fake Christian is that you walk away from Jesus and never come back. And this is what 1 John 2:18-19 says. Sign number 6 you're a fake Christian is that you see no evidence of God's Spirit living in you. If you see no conviction of sin, no comfort from the Spirit, no training, no conformity to Christ, no leading, no guidance, no transformation, no sense of joy, no fruits of the Spirit in your life, you have to ask yourself if you really, really know God, because His presence will dwell in you and He'll make Himself known. Sign number 7 you're fake is that you fear the punishment of God. 1 John 4:18 says there's no fear in love, because whoever fears has not been perfected in love. Fear has to do with punishment. If you're afraid of God's punishment, you might not trust Him the way you think.